Hi there. Are you struggling to convert sales calls to your calendar and having a difficult time converting sales for your software company? Well, then you're watching the right video, because I'm going to tell you the system that I use with my agency for all of our software companies to help them establish some traction and get to that predictable growth that you need. There's an alarming stat. Something like 11 out of 12 software as a service companies fail, even if they get funding and get to revenue. That is terrible. So there's obviously something going on here. Why do so many fail? Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's a lack of focus and systems. If you're not doing any marketing at all, you're almost certainly going to fail. If you're not making any sales at all, guess what? You're probably going to fail. And so establishing some amount of focus and putting systems in place to help you achieve success will improve the likelihood that you are one of those rare outliers that make it. And so what I want to do is to show you the system that we use so that you can put some focus and some systems into your marketing for your software company and start to get some of those demo calls on that calendar and start to convert some of those sales that are so necessary, especially in the early going, so that you can prove that traction and grow. My program is called the Lean Marketing Playbook for Software as a Service. It's a bit of a mouthful, but every one of those words is important in that title. Well, maybe we'll go into that later. What we do is we approach it in 3 phases. The first is align, where we align on our brand and our messaging. The second is automate. We take advantage of technology and some of the existing content that we create, and we use automation to help us scale and to convert more customers. And then lastly is amplify. And we only turn up the volume after those foundational marketing systems are in place. So let me take you through the 9-step process that we use to take software companies from a lack of traction to predictable growth. The first step is clarify brand. Now, in step 1, what we do is we have you ask yourself and your team, who are we? Who do we want to reach? What are we about? What is our key message? And we align on that before we approach the next step, which is step 2, where we define customer. And in the define customer step, we have a bunch of workshop activities for you to determine who the best possible persona or ideal client profile is for you to approach, so that all of the other decisions that we make in terms of preparation of content and marketing are made with that ideal client profile in mind. The third step is called plan stories. Now, this is where we actually start to think about the story that we're going to tell, and we start drafting content. In fact, in that third module, you will complete a creative brief, and my team will write a case study for you. So we build a case study first, and that's a little bit out of sequence, but I believe, and maybe you'll agree, that a case study is the document that is bound to have the biggest impact for you. You might have sales cycles where your prospect only needs to see some kind of proof or third-party validation and they'll convert. And so a case study, in my opinion, has the ability to have the biggest impact, so we build a case study first. The fourth step is qualify prospects. Now, we do 2 things in the qualify prospect stage. First of all, we talk about how a prospect is or is not qualified for what you have. And there are a couple of different considerations there. The classic considerations are budget, authority, need, and timing. But we also do something else. We start drafting a lead generation ebook for you that will help you convert more leads at the top of your funnel. And so you can kind of see how not only are we learning methodology and putting elements in place to help us grow our marketing, but we're also already building content. And so in step 4, not only will you be creating a form that will help you convert customers to your list, but we also draft you we begin to draft you your lead generation ebook. So you complete a creative brief, and my team starts to write and design you that wow factor ebook that will help you convert more leads at the top of your funnel. Step 5 is the one we call capture leads. We build a landing page. Step 5, we want to capture leads, and so we talk about the quality of a landing page, why a dedicated landing page with a specific theme that knows its audience is important, and we talk about the conversion language that is necessary in order to get people to sign up to your list, receive that value, and to stay on for the long haul. Step 6 is automate marketing, and you probably guessed that kicked my tripod. Step 6 is automate marketing, and you probably guessed that involves marketing automation. What we do then is we build a 6 email nurture campaign so that when someone does sign up to your list, they continue to receive value, but also they continue to receive those invitations to join you in your trial or your sales demo. That's not something that you were previously able to offer or to do, and that's the key here, is that what we do is we convert them to your list and we get permission to market to them, and then we continue to give them value and to help them understand what it is they might be missing by not attending your sales demo. Again, that's not a story that you were previously telling on your website, and so the presence of that information and helping people to see the value bumps your conversion rate considerably. Step 7 is called publish campaigns, and that one more or less explains itself, but what we do there is we talk about what it looks like to put this stuff live. You want to publish your landing page, you want your ebook to trigger when somebody signs up to your list, and of course you want those automations to continue when somebody signs up. You want them to receive that email in a sequence, and so in step 7 we talk about that. However, we also prepare a 2-page product document for you so that you can explain in detail the features of your product that help solve a problem for your prospects. That's a key stage in every sales process, and it's fairly often that the person that may subscribe to your list or take the most amount of interest first still needs to get some executive sponsorship or budget approval from a manager or from an executive. And so we create not just your lead generation ebook, but a 2-page product document and that aforementioned case study that are downloadable PDFs. And so your in-house champion who's so excited about your product can take that information to their manager or executive and do the internal selling necessary to get you that sale closed. Step 8 is a monster. We call that one drive traffic. And this is where I reveal all of my tricks, workflows, and processes for actually getting out there and driving traffic. When we have a fully operational marketing and sales funnel in place that can convert and nurture customers, now we can get out there with some purpose and find the right audiences and find the right distribution and really start to drive some traffic. And yes, more or less all organic strategies. I do mention paid acquisition, and of course, if you have a landing page that converts like a beast, paid acquisition becomes so much more successful and feasible, but we focus on organic practices for those lean hustlers out there who want to put some of their own effort into driving more leads and converting them to their lists. Step 9 is called test and iterate, and this is the core of the lean methodology where you want to eliminate waste wherever possible. And so what we do in step 9 is we take a look at our published campaign and the results that we're beginning to get, and we look for the weak spots. Is there maybe an email that is underperforming? Could our landing page be converting a little better? And as we find those blockers or those weak spots, we make improvements to those and we slowly improve. And then of course, if we achieve some success with a job title or a vertical or whatever niche it is that we're approaching with this campaign, we can copy it and make versions of it for other verticals down the line. That's very important. Let me repeat that, because you have to achieve success and get it working with one vertical and one campaign before you copy it over here. So we're testing and iterating to nail it before we copy anything over here. To do the copies or the iterations without that success first is wasted effort. Now we're just spreading ourselves thin. It's too much work for the amount of resources you have. So nail one campaign first, then make your versions in new niches and verticals, and you'll have much better success that way. It is essentially taking the playbook and copying it to new niches, verticals, products, whatever makes sense with your business model. So that's it. That's the 9 steps. It's very easy. You watch a video training module, you learn the methodology and the reason behind why we do things the way we do. You can attend weekly group coaching calls in order to ask the specific questions about your needs and your specific product and customers. But in between, there's just a little bit of work on your side to complete a creative brief or a survey, and my team takes care of the rest. So you learn the methodology, you trigger the process of the content creation, we do the writing and design for you, and at the end of 9 weeks, you have a fully operational marketing and sales funnel that can convert traffic at the top of the funnel and nurture them along their customer journey and get more of those demos or trials booked for you. You see where I'm going with this? If you're curious about this and you want to learn more, there is a link below this video for you to book a free strategy call with me so we can talk about where are you now, where do you want to go, and how can we help to remove some of those blockers to get you to that success that you've been dreaming about, your unicorn ambitions. This has not been my best recording, but hopefully you're getting value from it. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one.